Noligent here at Big Fisherman Seafood. Great stuff in here. Welcome to Noligent. Let the good times roll. Noligent here at the intersection of Camp and Toledano, or as I like to call it, the head-on collision street, because we have two one-way streets that meet right in the middle. And we have several of these in New Orleans. Interesting planning, yeah. So you see down Toledano, we have the cars facing that way. And then, next to Bromart, they face the other way. So you literally face a one-way, heading another one-way. So we're walking right here next to Bromart here on our way to some interesting stuff we're gonna eat later. Bromart is one of our local grocery stores, and they have really good prices on beer. This is some nice new artwork that they've added to the side of the building, and they've also done a really nice job on the other side of the building that we're going to take a look at also before we head into the Big Fisherman to check out all the seafood in there. So Magazine Street, which is a major economic hub, would be straight ahead of us, but we're going to turn around and go check out the other side of the building to see some more impressive artwork on that side. So we're going back down the one-way street, being the one-way street here. You see the other cars facing us. It's a very strange sensation. We're just going to turn the corner here and we'll head back down on the other side of the building so you can see all the artwork there. So you can see right here they've done a lot of really pretty work here. They've painted the entire side of this building. This is quite a whole different level of artwork on this side. Wow, they definitely have done a lot of work here. And then we have Magazine Street right up ahead. And then over there is where we're going, the Big Fisherman, where all the good crawfish is. Ho 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 ho, the Big Fisherman has some amazing seafood. And then we've got a bunch of other restaurants and bars down here on Magazine Street. Oh, this is a fun little area. This area of New Orleans has a lot of great memories for me, as it's long been one of my main hangouts in the entire area. And I used to be around here nearly almost every day, especially back before Hurricane Katrina. I really enjoy this area, especially Big Fisherman, which is still fantastic. Big Fisherman Seafood is located on famous Magazine Street, which is one of the main business arteries of New Orleans commerce, and a great spot right in the intersection of Magazine and Toledano Streets, which is also the intersection of New Orleans Irish Channel and Garden District neighborhoods at 3301 Magazine Street, which is about 11 minutes and 3 miles away from the French Quarter. For many years before Hurricane Katrina and quite a few years after, there used to be a great sense of community in this area. You used to be encouraged to go get your crawfish at Big Fisherman and then bring them over across the street to the Bulldog Bar and enjoy them there and park in the Bromart parking lot. Sadly, that's no longer the case, as you can no longer bring your Big Fisherman Seafood into the Bulldog, and you can no longer park at the Bromart unless you're shopping at the Bromart. And so many of the people I knew that lived in the area are now gone and have moved away, so there just is no longer that wonderful sense of community. But the Big Fisherman Seafood is still the same, while all the other places have changed. So as we look around, this definitely isn't the largest shop, and there's nowhere to sit inside or outside, so it's all to go, but they always have a fantastic selection of so many items, including turtle meat to make turtle soup, and so many other great Louisiana ingredients and accessories for your seafood feasting. And the crawfish pies are amazing. So they always have the fresh and cooked seafood on display. This is always a great place to go. So the total for my order today was $79.02. Oh yeah! I'm really excited. Big Fisherman Seafood time. So, what do you think is in this bag? There's 2 other bags in here. Ho ho. Ah, oh. Got some boiled potatoes. And monster huge shrimp. Look at this thing. Oh, that thing is so big. Oh my gosh. Look at this. They have such good shrimp here, Big Fisherman. So I got 2 pounds of this amazing shrimp. And then I got 5 pounds of some other kinds of crustaceans that are also part of this pie. So I got 2 crawfish pies. Oh my gosh, these crawfish pies are so beautiful. And, oh, select size crawfish. These are nice. Oh, so delicious smelling right now around here. Oh my gosh. Gonna have a little feast over here. Oh goodness, it's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. There's so many great things here. I don't know even where to start. But traditionally, I usually start with a little crawfish pie because crawfish pie is my favorite at the Big Fisherman. I think this might be the best crawfish pie of any place in New Orleans, which is a very bold statement. So first thing I like to do is you get it out of the little tin here, pops right out. Take a little bite. Oh my. So delicious. This is the first one I've had in so long. Oh my gosh, the whole time of the pandemic up till now, the Big Fisherman has been closed. I haven't been able to get this amazing crawfish pie. Oh goodness, I'm really happy. This is so good. Man, 2 thumbs up for the crawfish pie. I love the crawfish pie at Big Fisherman. Okay, now, I also think they have the best boiled shrimp in the entire city of New Orleans. A lot of other places overcook the shrimp, so then it's just too tough and it's really hard to peel. They cook them perfectly at the Big Fisherman. So it's hard to find nice, good-sized shrimp like this, also just perfectly boiled and seasoned. And I've always had perfect results at Big Fisherman. A lot of other places have some issues with overcooking them. Look at that. Wow, perfect seasoning. So good, I've got to have another. Just rip the head off. Get the little feet, pinch those feet off. And then the shell kind of just comes right off after you get the feet off. I had a roommate one time from New York City, and he got super grossed out that we had shrimp with heads on it and you had to fill your own shrimp. And see, they just pinch that tail a little bit and it pops right out of the tail section. Wow, so delicious here. What a feast. Okay, crawfish time. Oh goodness. They usually spice these really perfectly. But let's see. You never know till you taste them, how they're gonna be. Ah. Yet again, 2 thumbs up. For the crawfish, all you gotta do, you twist the tail right there, it comes apart. Then you can just kind of twist this back tail a little bit. If you get lucky, that little vein will come out, but that doesn't always happen. You just kind of crunch it together a little bit and pull it apart and it all pops out. That's my technique. A lot of other people have a lot of other techniques. You pull that little vein out. Wow, ooh, this one's big enough I can get the claw meat out. Maybe. Let's see, sometimes it's a little harder to pop out. Oh, I failed at it. So when it doesn't pop out, you gotta crack it open a little bit. Oh, there we go. Good little meat there. So it's a hard choice to decide which one I like better. The crawfish or the shrimp, they're both so good. But there's a lot of places in New Orleans that cook really good crawfish. Shrimp, on the other hand, is a little more challenging to find. A perfectly boiled shrimp. A lot of the restaurants do a pretty good job, but a lot of the seafood markets tend to overcook them. Pascal's Manale barbecued shrimp are always perfectly cooked in my experience. Dini Seafood, I find, has always overboiled their shrimp, to my taste at least. I like everything else they have, but the shrimp that are boiled are too overcooked for my preference. Now they make fantastic fried seafood there. Ooh. This is a pretty little shrimp here. All right. Now this is not quite as much fun as going to a nice boil in somebody's backyard. That's always a great time and a great social occasion for a little backyard crawfish boil or shrimp boil, or a combination of both. Ooh. Beautiful. Now in the past, you'd often luck out and get some garlic chunks in your shrimp and your crawfish. I'm not seeing any garlic chunks. I'll try one of these boiled potatoes now. Got a nice flavor. Could be a little spicier to my taste. Just I'm gonna be a little sad if there's no garlic in any of my seafood today. It was always one of the things that really kicked up the Big Fisherman above a lot of the competition, is the wonderful garlic that was always in there. Ooh, this one's got some claws. Maybe we'll, ooh, we got a little out that time. Oh, 2 in a row success. So, usually in New Orleans, this time of the year is festival season, but sadly, we still have no festivals going on at the moment. Our Jazz Fest got rescheduled for the fall, and the French Quarter Fest as well. We did have some of our festivals get rescheduled outside of the city limits in the neighboring parish of Jefferson Parish, which is right next door. It's for Metairie and Kenner and part of the West Bank, which it's the largest parish in Louisiana. It literally goes all the way down. It surrounds New Orleans and hits the Gulf of Mexico and includes Grand Isle. So the Hogs for the Cause is a barbecue festival and fundraiser, and they usually have their event in City Park, but they relocated to Jefferson Parish so they could actually go ahead and continue with their festival this year. So I've also been seeing a whole lot of advertisements and signs for a whole just different variety of Cinco de Mayo festivities. So there seems to be at least 5 so far Cinco de Mayo festivals going on. Oh my gosh, look at this monster. This is a lobster, this isn't a crawfish. Huh, no garlic at all so far though. That is pretty unusual. Ooh, look. Standalone claw bonus. Oh, there we go. So I was also thinking of going off to Floribama this weekend because it's time for the mullet toss, which is an interesting little event in itself. But the forecast is rain and storms, so I don't know if we're going to make it. If the weather pattern holds true, I don't think we're going to be able to make it, unfortunately, which is awful because I'd love to go to the mullet toss. I've only been one time in my life because usually it's at the same time as Jazz Festival, and hey, you know we're here, we usually go to Jazz Fest. Oh, that was really good. I don't know, I might have to have a talk with Big Fisherman about what happened to the garlic. I can't recall a time when I didn't have garlic in here. Definitely not seeing any. That is strange and unusual. Because in my opinion, that was the thing that always really kicked up their seafood to a whole other level, was just the delicious chunks of garlic in there. That always just adds such beautiful layers of flavor. Do love some garlic in my seafood. And boiling seafood is a contentious subject in New Orleans and all of Louisiana. So different people have different ways of doing it, different ingredients. There's people that like to have citrus. Some people throw all kinds of things like pineapple and sausage. Gets added a lot in some of our Cajun friends' crawfish boils. Cajuns were really the ones that kind of started the whole crawfish boil craze. And then our Sicilian friends got some artichokes also thrown in. And then we also will sometimes do a crab boil on top of it with our blue crabs that are local here. They did not have any crabs today at the Big Fisherman. And I heard them talking about it. Somebody actually came in looking for crabs and they said they haven't been able to get any for a couple of weeks now. Now, rumor says that the Maryland people that love their crab, and they're famous for their Bay rum seasoning, or Old Bay, the Old Bay seasoning. Apparently, a lot of our blue crab in Louisiana goes up to Maryland and the rest of the New England areas that like the blue crab like we do. And then the best of the crawfish, legend says, goes to Japan. My goodness. So flavorful and delicious. If they only had my garlic in here, it would be a perfect day. A lot of people put mushrooms in the boil too. Those are really good. I've seen people put chunks of brisket into it. There's some really creative people that have really fun crawfish boils where you never know what you're gonna get in it. Potato kind of cleanses your palate a little bit in between bites of the other delicious items, so you can get a fresh perspective on it. Seen frog legs boiled with the crawfish before. That was a fun time. And I would have to say that if you're ever going to get any peeled crawfish, you do need to make sure to get the Louisiana crawfish, not the Chinese crawfish. And you need to read that label very carefully, because the Chinese crawfish will have all sorts of things like Cajun, Thibodeau's, Boudreaux's. You have to read at the very bottom of that label. It'll be product of China. So make sure you get Louisiana crawfish. Wow, this is just always a beautiful day when you can have some beautiful seafood like this. So the Nolligent is planning some additional travel destinations to go get more content for all of you out there. So if you have any interesting ideas of places that you'd like to see and places you think I should go and film, comment below, let me know. I think Gatlinburg will be another return trip, because people seem to really like Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge a whole lot. So if you're really enjoying crawfish and shrimp and love it as much as I do, go ahead and just give this video a thumbs up, and just like I've destroyed so much of this crawfish and shrimp, destroy that subscribe button, and then comment below. Let me know what you thought about all of this. And while you're down there, check out the link to my Patreon account, because hey, I work for tips and I'd really appreciate any assistance you can give with that, because these are not cheap videos to film, and it does take a lot of time to get this all together. I appreciate any help with that, and if you can't do that, and even if you can do that, I'd also really appreciate it if you could just share this video, because that really does help me too. So thanks so much for all of that. And thanks for joining me today, and make sure you tune in next time for more good food, good times, and good people. So thanks so much to everybody at the Big Fisherman for many years of fantastic seafood. And thanks so much to all of you out there for tuning into the Nolligent channel, especially to my Patreons. Now if you could just go ahead and destroy that thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. And also, comment below, let me know what you thought about this wonderful seafood feast. And while you're down there, check out the link to my Patreon account, because hey, I work for tips, and food definitely is not getting cheaper. Whoa, this price has gone a whole lot more expensive than my past visits to Big Fisherman. And sadly, while so many communities have collapsed, I think we can build another fun community with the Nolligent channel to keep all the good times going for all of us out there that love good food and good times and good people. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and destroy that subscribe button, which will be a little circle with my head on it right there. And then you can click on any of the rectangles around that circle to continue on to the next Nolligent video.